Ella Cruz's steaming hot dance cover of Versace on the Floor goes viral. "You've got to see this. Ella Cruz did it again." The teen star Ella Cruz has once again become the center of all attention online after she posted a video of her along with Julian Trono. Ella Cruz and Julian Trono made a steaming hot dance cover of Bruno Mars' hit song called Versace on the Floor. The dance floor princess danced showed off her sexy moves as she performs with Julian Trono. Their video that was originally posted on Facebook was then transferred to YouTube and has immediately garnered more than 800,000 views. The netizens noticed that as time flies, Ella Cruz's dance steps are getting sexier and sexier like her. She rose to fame after she played several roles in movies and TV series and became even more popular after she posted her dance covers of hit songs. Invite you to watch the news. Must watch. Cineo finally speaks up and gave Andy Mateo's mother a message. Cineo and Shahi had captured the netizens' attention after their flip-top battle in the AHON7 took the internet by a storm. The netizens noticed how Cineo fought back by attacking Andy Mateo, after Shahi attacked his wife. They got involved in a controversy after the parents of Andy Mateo have watched the viral battle. They didn't like that Cineo stated on the battle, so they decided to file a case against the rap battle MC. Shahi then released a statement saying that the only thing that he could do for Cineo is to help him explain everything to Mateo's parents. Now, the crowd's favorite, Cineo, has finally broken his silence and spoke up about the issue. Cineo, along with his friends, did a live-stream video online where he explained everything that happened during his battle with Shahi. On his viral video, he stated that each and every rap battle MC knows that everything that's being said in the battle will only remain in the battle. Due to what he said in his video, the netizens praised him. Invite you to watch the news. Trump breaks ice with China's Xi in letter seeking constructive ties. U.S. President Donald Trump has broken the ice with Chinese President Xi Jinping in a letter that said he looked forward to working with him to develop constructive relations, although the pair haven't spoken directly since Mr. Trump took office. The letter thanked Mr. Xi for his congratulatory note on Mr. Trump's inauguration and wished the Chinese people a prosperous Lunar New Year of the Rooster, the White House said in a statement on Wednesday. President Trump stated that he looks forward to working with President Xi to develop a constructive relationship that benefits both the United States and China, it said. China's foreign ministry had no immediate comment on Thursday. Mr. Trump and Mr. Xi have yet to speak directly since Mr. Trump took office on January 20, although they did talk soon after Mr. Trump won the U.S. presidential election in November. Diplomatic sources in Beijing say China has been nervous about Mr. Xi being left humiliated in the event a call with Mr. Trump goes wrong, and the details are leaked to the U.S. media. Last week, U.S. ties with staunch ally Australia became strained after the Washington Post published details about an acrimonious phone call between Mr. Trump and Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. That is the last thing China wants, a source familiar with China's thinking on relations with the United States told Reuters. It would be incredibly embarrassing for President Xi and for Chinese people, who value the concept of face. A senior non-U.S. Western diplomat said China was likely to be in no rush to set up such a call. These things need to happen in a very controlled environment for China, and China can't guarantee that with the unpredictable Trump, the diplomat said. Trump also seems too distracted with other issues at the moment to give too much attention to China. Taiwan, Yuan in focus. There are a number of contentious areas where China fears Trump could go off script, the diplomat said, pointing in particular to the issue of self-ruled Taiwan, as well as trade. Mr. Trump upset China in December by taking a phone call from Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen. China considers Taiwan a wayward province with no right to formal diplomatic relations with any other country. Mr. Trump has also threatened to slap tariffs on Chinese imports, accusing Beijing of devaluing its yuan currency and stealing U.S. jobs. In his Senate confirmation hearing, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said China should not be allowed access to islands it has built in the disputed South China Sea. The White House also vowed to defend international territories in the strategic waterway. China has repeatedly said it has smooth contacts with the Trump team. The foreign ministry in Beijing said last week the two countries were remaining in close touch. That contact has been led by China's top diplomat, State Councillor Yang Jiechi, who outranks the foreign minister. Mr. Yang told Michael Flynn, Trump's national security advisor, last week that China hopes it can work with the United States to manage and control disputes and sensitive problems. The source familiar with China's thinking said Trump's administration was very clear about China's position on Taiwan. Mr. Trump has yet to mention Taiwan since he took office. Chinese state media has wondered whether Mr. Trump has a China policy at all. On Thursday, the widely read Global Times tabloid, published by the ruling Communist Party's official People's Daily, noted that Trump had not immediately confronted China as had been expected because he had realized upsetting Beijing would backfire badly. He has probably realized that real tough action against China would result in a complex chain reaction, even beyond his control, the paper said in an editorial. Wang Yiwei, a professor of international relations at Beijing's elite Renmin University, said the letter suggested the new U.S. administration wanted to signal the importance it attached to the U.S.-China relationship without risking being confronted on specific issues. Trump has sent many messages that makes the world confused, like on a South China Sea and One China policy, so if he makes a phone call President Xi will ask, "What do you mean?" Wang said. He wants to avoid this so he just sends a letter for the first step. Trump sends Xi thank you note instead of phone call. U.S. President Donald Trump sent a letter to Xi Jinping in his first direct communication with the Chinese leader since he took office, saying he was seeking smoother ties between the world's biggest economies. Trump thanked Xi for a congratulatory note and wished the Chinese people a happy Year of the Rooster, according to White House spokesman Sean Spicer. Trump still has not set up a call with Xi since he took office despite speaking on the phone with more than a dozen world leaders. President Trump stated that he looks forward to working with President Xi to develop a constructive relationship that benefits both the United States and China, Spicer said in a statement on Wednesday night. Trump faces pressure to fulfill campaign promises to get tough on China, which he accuses of siphoning off American manufacturing jobs. The billionaire real estate developer has promised to label China a currency manipulator, bring trade complaints against the nation and impose tariffs if it does not halt what he sees as unfair trading practices. Xi has reached out to Trump 3 times since his election win, including 2 congratulatory messages. They had a phone conversation on November 14 in which Xi said cooperation was the only correct choice for Tai's small gesture. "It's better than nothing, but it's only a very small gesture," said Xianhong, a foreign affairs advisor to China's cabinet and director of the Center on American Studies at Renmin University in Beijing. Trump's China policy hasn't taken a clear shape yet, although all the signs so far point to a combative approach. In tweets since his election win, Trump has questioned the One China policy, which acknowledges China and Taiwan are part of the one country, and is seen as a no-go area by Beijing. He has also criticized China's leaders for failing to do more to rein in North Korea's nuclear ambitions. Trump appointed noted China hawk Peter Navarro as a trade advisor, while Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has said the U.S. should deny China access to artificial reefs it built in the South China Sea. Beijing has sought both official and informal channels to boost ties with the new administration. Trump's daughter Ivanka was invited to a Chinese Lunar New Year event on February 1 in the embassy in Washington, and a White House official said Ambassador Qui Tiankai and Jared Kushner, Ivanka's husband and the presidential advisor, have an ongoing dialogue. "The most worrying aspect about the new presidency is his temperament, not his policy," said Wang Fan, director of China Foreign Affairs University's Institute of International Relations. "We're worried he'd go to the extreme." Bloomberg. Thank you for viewing videos. My channel regularly posts new videos. If you remember registered channels to receive the latest announcements, please. Thanks.